There's even more of them turning up. Okay, it's been a very eventful evening so far. The police have just arrived and they want to question us.
Walk with you where you go. Anywhere I'll follow. I know you. I know you. Leaves falling on the road. You can cry on my shoulder. I know you. I know you. I'll love you the best I can.
We've come out for a little walk tonight to the beach, which is very quiet, but as you can see, it's very, very long. There's hotels all the way along the front, and I would imagine in high season this place is absolutely heaving. It's a beautiful beach, really nice, and if you were to go straight across from the back of me there, you'd reach Croatia. Morning, and it is actually, you can probably see Wilf's perched on top of it. It's laundry day. Yeah, so Wilf's making the most there by the look of it. So we're off to find, you can see scratches when he jumped up to me earlier. Off to find a laundrette this morning. There's plenty in this town, so we're going to find one, get the 2 weeks of Hello Dolly, 2 weeks of washing done, and then hit the road another 100 miles south. So it's Redda's birthday today. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Didn't quite get the meal I intended for lunch.
We've had just disaster after disaster today. It's been great fun. We've been basically zipping around Senegali looking for a laundrette, cash, nail clippers, what else? Oh, and I went shopping to Lidl's, and Redda's had requested, he wanted bread and ham and nice things for his lunch.
Italian style lunch, you know, cheese, bread, ham, all that sort of business. Thank you, Wilf.
I even managed to get some pre-cooked chicken. They do lovely, in the Lidl's here, they do lovely rotisserie chicken. It's very tasty. So I got some chicken drumsticks, which are really nice. And we thought, right, well, we'll bring it to the laundrette. And while we go into the laundrette, because we had quite a bit to wash, we thought we'll leave the dogs in the van, obviously. The shopping was on the floor by the dishwasher. The dogs were all strapped in to their respective places. There was no way Pippa could reach. There was absolutely no way Wilf could reach. I assume Dolly couldn't reach.
There's only one dog that did reach.
We don't know how she did it, because she must have spent ages trying to just snag the top of the bag, and she must have been at full stretch. Anyway, after the nice lady helps us in the laundrette get all the washings, the machines, and press the right buttons and everything, we come back to the van, Redda's gets in, and all I can hear is no!
And a few other words.
Yeah, and there's Dolly with, and she'd actually shared as well. The bread was gone. And the chicken was, oh, they were having a right old time. Fortunately, we think Wilf didn't get any chicken because he is extremely allergic to it.
Yeah, he can be a bit explosive with chicken, can't you, Wilf?
Oh, yeah. So we're we're hoping
it's
that
that
Wilf,
kind of morning. Hello, Wilf.
We're hoping Wilf didn't get any. We'll soon find out if he did or not. The other two certainly seem to be enjoying themselves.
He looks like he's done something and he hasn't. Oh. He's done nothing wrong, little man.
We're having quinoa, 2 slices of ham and some crisps.
Yeah, because the rest is mainly in Dolly, a little bit in Pippa, but Will thinks he's done wrong as well.
That was 2 big bits of bread. I don't know how. I mean, Dolly must have just pulled it out and just shared it, and her and Pippa went for it. But
I know. I think in the morning there's going to be some bloody big cow pats.
Oh, so the laundrette's just over my shoulder there. You can see it.
Yeah, we didn't.
That's just cost 2 washes, €17.
Yeah.
Ouch! And that we haven't even done the drying yet, so I have no idea how much that is going to cost.
Yeah, so we've done the laundry. We've lost some food into the dogs. Driven around here, there, and everywhere. Polar Steps looks a bit of a.
Oh, it looks a mess this
morning. Looks like a plate of spaghetti.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to crack on with me birthday lunch. Not as intended.
There's birthday cake for later though.
But that don't matter.
Or actually birthday profiteroles I bought. So that should be quite nice, shouldn't it really? Yeah, right. So that was fun.
Go on, you pop over there, little mansky.
Nice
Good boy. Good boy. You sit there.
Well, there was a disaster here last night, unfortunately, and this one hurt. Our dishwasher died after 2 and a bit weeks of full-time use every day. The pump failed. I checked on Amazon last night, and apparently it's something very common with that particular brand, so do not buy a comfy. Now, as it goes for dishwashers, we still think it's a good concept, but unfortunately I'm hand washing dishes from now on.
No, you're not hand washing dishes, I am.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, pain in the butt, water everywhere, car park, torch, lots of cursing, but it's from Amazon, so it'll be going back as soon as we get back. Would we replace it? Yeah, I think so, but something that's gonna maybe last a bit longer than 2 months, because you expect them to last a bit longer than that.
We only used it for 2 weeks. We never used it before.
Yeah, but it's 2 months old, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I bought it in January.
Yeah, so it's had 2 weeks worth of use in 2 months. So, yeah, that was a bit crap, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that can go back.
So don't buy comfy. Quick shout out to Readly, this video's sponsor. It's the app that gives you newspapers, magazines, which is perfect when you live in a van or travel in a van and your bookshelf is non-existent. We've actually been paying Readly ourselves with our own money for over 2 years now. And it's not because we like paying for subscriptions. You know we don't like paying when we don't have to. It's because we like value, and Readly gives huge value. Whether you're into cars, camper vans, guitars, cooking, celebrity gossip. Great thing about Readly, and one of the things we've really enjoyed, you can have up to 5 profiles on one subscription, which means that you don't get all your magazines in a mess. So because someone has read several articles on guitars, I don't have to have those on my shelf. It's even got the big names like Cosmo. Another great feature, you can actually download the magazines you want and read them while you're offline, which is absolutely perfect when you're on the road, in an area with bad reception, or that corner of your house where the internet goes to die. Right now, you can try Readly using our code that we've got in the description. It's a completely free trial with no obligation to keep it going. Absolutely perfect. It's how we started with Readly, and we're still with them. Hit that free link and give it a go. There is something for everyone on this app.
Just let me hold your hand. Wherever I go, you are my home, so just let me hold. Just let me.
Morning. So last night's park up, as you can see, it's a dog park, which actually works really well. Managed to park under the pine trees there. That's a cemetery to the other side, so lovely quiet neighbours last night. It was actually a very peaceful night until the morning dog walkers came with some very excited dogs, so it's a little bit noisier then. Where have they gone? Oh, there's 2 lunatics. As you can see, really nice dog park, because there are 3 separate walled garden areas like this. Hello! Goodbye! There's Wilfie playing with Dolly. Off she goes. So, nice little town this. It's up in the hills. It was quite a windy road to get here last night, but it was very, very pretty. As you can see, beautiful blue skies. Yeah, it's absolutely lovely. No trouble at all getting parked. What you might be able to tell though is it's warm, it's very warm, but it's windy. There was the disaster yesterday on the other coast from here, probably about 150 miles away, with a cable car. I wonder if that's something to do with the winds we've been having here, because it is very, very blowy.
Find it now. Where'd it go?
Where's your ball, doll?
Kind of banked over here somewhere.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Hello, Pip.
So we're going to travel on about another 100 miles today. That's what we're doing, roughly 100,
maybe less, maybe
140. There or thereabouts anyway, because we're kind of having lazy mornings. We're in recuperation, relaxation, and sod it. We're going to do what we want for a change mode at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been doing. So out with the dogs.
Look at the state of him.
Yeah, well, he's got brambles on his butthole.
Wilf!
Wilf!
What are you doing? Wilfie!
Hey! What are you doing?
What is it? What is it? Where's Dolly?
There we go.
Yeah.
Coolio.
Yeah, it's really kept us going all trip, this, isn't it?
It has. We haven't had to worry about power, even when the dishwasher was working.
Alright, say no more.
That lump of dishwasher. It's been good for that, but we've been cooking on electric with the induction hob. That has been a brilliant addition to the van. We ran out of gas. We've covered that previously anyway, but we don't cook on gas anymore. The fridge, I've got a little switch where I can switch it to battery when we're running, because the relay was buggered. That was taken care of in Greece for us. So the fridge is on battery whilst we're mobile. I can run it on battery when we're static on a sunny day, because the solar will replace what I'm taking out of the batteries for the fridge. So that's a bonus on that already. We will change the fridge in due course, but as it stands, we're pretty much self-sufficient with solar, using the alternator. The only thing we use for gas is heating the water. That's minimal use, so it'll be interesting to see what a complete fill up from the Gaslow. I've got an 11 and a 6 kilogram cylinder, so we've got 17 kilograms of gas on board. So it'll be interesting to see how that works as well. So we're going to hit the road. It's time to go and find somewhere to do the usual swap out, but there are rather plenty in Italy. We're actually going to drop into a service station where they've got water, black and grey drop, and the charge for that is nothing. You cannot fault Italy. Pretty much most of Europe. Switzerland was a bit different, but of course it's a bit more expensive and posh there. But Italy is fantastic for finding the places just to service your van. It really is great. And you know, we parked up here last night. It was dead next to a graveyard. See, that's a bit one of my jokes. There we go.
Terrible joke. Yep, so we're on our way now, and we'll see you a little bit further down the road.
Right, driving in Italy can be fun, but all I would say is just be confident, because if you give way to somebody that you don't have to, they'll be out like a shot. Don't always rely on indicators. Either they do indicate and it's wrong, or they don't indicate and you've got no clue where you're going. It really is a little bit hit and miss. With regards to driving around here, the roads ain't the best. They're a bit lumpy and bumpy. But in all fairness, the motorways we've been on have been quite cheap to use. With regards to your lights, some countries like you to have, you know, if you've got a modern van post 2014, you'll have day running lights. This hasn't got day running lights, it's a little bit older, but what they expect you to do is during poor conditions, sorry, just going past the bike here, during poor conditions, turn them on, going through a tunnel, misty, rain, turn them on. So it's a manual turn on for me, not me personally, turning on the lights, of course. And then, like I said, driving, take your time, but just be confident with it. It is fun and games. Probably one of the more demanding countries I've driven in. But equally the same, once you get with the flow of it and you learn how to push yourself out there and gesture with the best of them, you'll be fine.
I'll tell you something I've noticed. Barely been bipped on this trip. Normally the horns are going everywhere. It's hardly happened at all.
No, I think it's maybe they're a bit more tolerant, or I've got used to the roads a bit more and I'm not upsetting them as much.
It could be the second one, yeah.
And the other thing is as well, I'll always do the speed limit, but that will upset most of the Italian drivers.
Yes, they like more than the speed limit, don't they?
Exactly. You know, this is where I'm at. If this is a 50 kilometers an hour or 30 mile an hour road, I'm doing that. I've got a scale trail behind me. There's nowhere to pull in. I'm doing the limit. So if anybody's behind you, don't let it bother you. They'll overtake when they're ready.
Yeah, one thing we will say, road surfaces, bloody awful.
Yeah, the roads are pretty poor, and then there's an awful lot of, particularly through the mountains, which is obvious, I know, a lot of these hairpin bends.
Yeah.
And there's also things like dogs in the road.
Yes.
There he goes.
Not such a problem with stray dogs.
Oh, I think he's having some bread.
I think he's found a baguette. I think the baguette lorry has spilt its load.
Wow, he's having what dog he had the other day?
Yeah.
And there's another one.
There's another one, yes, his mate. The baguette's back that way, mate.
Yeah, you missed your baguette, fella.
Yeah,
Oh,
you will often get...
He's sticking on the white line. Stay there.
Good boy.
Yeah, they look very healthy dogs. They must have got out for somewhere.
Don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
So here's a straight bit. So
They'll all take care of it.
If they want to overtake, they're more than welcome, and they will. Oh, there you go. Just on 1 kilometre per hour over the speed limit.
No, we always ought to explain about this speed limit thing where it's telling us we're over the speed limit. Yeah, it's because this is set as a lorry.
Yeah, you'll often hear it in the background. It's set as a lorry, so on a motorway, they will set the maximum speeds at either 80, 90 kilometers per hour, not miles per hour, of course. This wouldn't do that. It might do off of a cliff downhill. So yeah, you'll often hear I'm over the speed limit. It tells me off quite a bit, but it's because it thinks I'm a lorry. I've programmed it in for that reason, so it gauges the height and the weight of it. Right, so it is a lovely long straight now, single white line, and they're going to fly past me. They should be more than happy. I've done the speed limit. See, no beeps, no gestures. Yeah, we're good. We haven't upset the locals.
No. Look at that sky. I know. I mean, even Hungary was better than this.
You can see there's an awful lot of lorries in this route.
Yeah, but you can see they're also weaving all over the place to try and miss the worst of the potholes, and some of them are about 10 inches deep. Oh gosh, look at that.
The whole road's just over.
Yeah. This is a southern Italian A road. This is the reason we've mainly stuck to paying tolls. So we have found the most random park up you can ever imagine. We've got a balloon seller to just one side of us, randomly playing trance and then umpire music, and he's selling balloons on the side of the road. It's a free air with free electric, and we arrived and there was one motorhome here, but since then there's only us. They've left, but unfortunately the local kids have turned up, and there was a shed when we arrived. They seem to have emptied all the furniture out of it. They seem to be mopping it out at the minute. There's even more of them turning up. The balloon salesman the balloon man has been over there, and there was a bit of pushing and shoving. So yeah, there's plenty to watch here tonight. They're climbing the crane. So they came down from the crane, and we did toy about calling the police, and then thought it's probably going to be a bit difficult, and then we thought probably it would make us a bit of a target as well. Anyway, the Carabinieri have arrived, and I would say the man with the gilet is the owner of the... Oh, all the furniture's gone back in, look. Oh. The one's gone to get his...
Good, welcome Dano.
Okay, it's been a very eventful evening so far. The police have just arrived, and they want to question us. So, just waiting for the knock on the door.
Good morning. What a beautiful day we've got today. Now, just a little bit about the site we're on. The police arrived last night after a little incident, not involving us, but we were witness to it. We'll cover that a little bit afterwards. And one of the first things they said is, what are you doing here? There's nothing here. Well, as the town goes, yeah, it's pretty quiet, but what is here is a drop right there, water, and on top of that, free electricity as well. So, you know, for us, it was a nice little place just to stop overnight, but then it started to get a little bit busy. The man with the balloons arrived in his van with his oompa rock music. Then the local kids turned up. Now, they weren't bothering us really, but what they decided to do was go in this hut. Now the hut, and this is where the mystery was, when we turned up, was already open. But the kids decided to come along and have a look inside and start messing around with the hose. The balloon seller called the police. The police came, and the kids were being accused of breaking into this hut. Now, they didn't break in, it was already open, but they were perhaps a little bit naive in going inside and looking in the contents and everything else. But a lesson learnt really for, you know, local police. They turned up, the kids were accused, there was shouting, pointing, pushing, the owner was adamant they'd broken in. The police came across to us and asked the question. Oh look, somebody's lurking. Came across and said to us in Italian, had we seen anything? Now, my Italian is getting there, you know, we're using the learning app, but we're getting there. However, once he realised that we weren't local, he just went, okay, not to worry. So Corin thought, well, hang on a minute. We turned up, and we always have a dash cam. It only runs when the engine's running. So we looked at the footage, and we soon realised that actually this door was already open hours before the kids were here. So we went across, showed it to them. I got out Google Translate, and we basically just said to them, no, the children didn't do that. I say kids, you know, they're teenagers, maybe a bit younger. And, you know, the police turned up. They didn't run away. But you might realise over here the police do carry guns. So, yeah, you're not going to run, otherwise you won't get too far. As it was, the children, they hadn't broken in. We managed to explain to them in our best Italian English, using Google Translate, that we witnessed it, they hadn't broken in. The police officer did have access to Google Translate when he spoke back to us, but just perhaps a little lesson, you know, if you've got a witness, no matter what language they learn, you need to sort of try and speak to them, because we had crucial information just to stop the kids being accused of something they hadn't done. So hopefully everything will turn out well for them. Like I said, they were inside this, which has already been broken into. There was nothing in there of any great consequence. They were just doing what kids do. But otherwise to that, yeah, we've had a great quiet night here. We're friends with the locals now, of course, so they left us well alone. We didn't wake up and we're on a pile of bricks. We're all good. So the dogs are just having a final walk before we go. And we've got about 50 miles to the next destination. And in between that, we're going to drop to the shops. It's Easter weekend now. Good Friday over here. Doesn't really matter. It seems to be business as normal, as is Saturday, come Sunday. But on Monday, everything is going to shut down. So we're just going to get a few final bits and bobs ready for a sit down, catch up on a bit of the Grand Prix, and enjoy the rest of our time out.